Q3 is about to be extremely busy. Here are some events that are happening in the next 3 months, some of which I am taking part in, but some of which I am not. Hey Dragonlings, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Skye. I'm a fantasy author who typically writes paranormal romance under the name SD Hegyes, and today we're going to be talking about all the events that are coming up in Q3 that I know of. Some house rules before we get started. I wanted to go ahead and address this up front. I have been hearing some popping noises in the background while editing videos and re-listening to them of late, and I don't know exactly what's causing them. I have a feeling it is my mic. I have a feeling the mic on my phone is going out. I do not know how to fix that. I have tried everything that I can know of. It still hasn't worked. So apologies if you hear any popping noises. There's nothing I can do about it. I am waiting on a video camera to come in soon, which should happen in the next few days, but then I've got to learn how to use that. So bear with me as I figure things out. And I apologize for any popping noises that you may hear. I know that it annoys me when I'm just editing the video, so I can't imagine how it sounds to you guys who are having to hear it. Anyways, I just wanted to get that out of the way. The other thing I wanted to let you know is that everything I'm going to talk about today, I'm not participating in everything. There's just no way. There's no way I could. And while I don't have a lot to list in some ways, some of what I have to list is extensive. The last thing I wanted to note is that if there is something that you know about that I do not talk about, it's probably because I don't know about it, feel free to drop that in the comments section, because I would love to hear about other things that are going on in the month of July, August, and September. But with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into the individual events that are going on in the different months of the year for Q3. So starting with July, there are 5 events that I want to talk about today. The first of which is the Rough Draft Challenge. This is going on for the whole month of July. This was a writing challenge that Sarah Cannon over at Heart Breathings created. I will leave a link to her channel below, as well as a video that gives you more information about the Rough Draft Challenge. This is something I am still debating whether or not I want to actually participate in. I probably will decide like the day before whether or not I'm actually going to participate in it. For now, suffice it to say the answer is a soft no, but I might change my mind. The second thing I want to do is the 12-hour marathon. This is a 12-hour marathon that Stephanie Whitson and I are hosting on our channels on the 5th of July. We're going to be starting at noon Central Time and going until, I want to say 1 or 2 a.m. Mountain Time. The way we're going to work it is we're going to start out on Stephanie's channel. I will have a link to her channel listed below. We're going to do 6 hours on her channel, followed by an hour break before we hop on over to my channel for another 6 hours. And in that meantime, we'll be doing some writing sprints, some chit chat, and everything in between. The next thing that will be happening is the 10-year anniversary Q&A live stream. I recently, in the month of June, celebrated 10 years on authortube, and I've been asking for questions that you may want me to answer, and I have decided I'm going to do a live stream. I will be doing this live stream on Sunday, July 6th. That way I've been able to collect more questions throughout the month. My official 10-year anniversary was June 17th. So I have now officially been on YouTube for 10 years, and I wanted to do a Q&A to celebrate it. Also, in the meantime, we're going to basically be celebrating the fact that I now have 500 subscribers, because in the month of June, I hit 500 subscribers, and that made me so happy. But yes, we're going to be doing a Q&A on July 6th, or I'm going to be doing a Q&A on July 6th, I should say. And that will be at, I believe I said 6 p.m. Mountain Time, but I'm not positive about that. I will have the time and date listed in the description for you to find out more information about that. Plus, I will post to my community tab and have that scheduled long before we actually do it. The next thing that will be happening is Her Kid, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. It is the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do. This was a reading challenge created by Stephanie over at QWERTY, and this is a reading challenge that runs from July 2025 to June 2026. This is the second year they have done this reading challenge. I am not participating in it. It just seems extremely daunting, and I'm not here for something like that. As much as I want to do more reading challenges, as much as I want to do more marathons, This is not one that I am looking at doing anytime soon, but I will leave a link to more information about that in the description in case it is something that you are interested in doing. The last and final thing in July is that Stephanie and I are going to start doing planning streams. These are going to be on Sundays. It's going to be called Sundays with Steph and Skye, and we're going to be alternating on each other's channels. We're actually doing the first one this Sunday, June 29th at 7 p.m. Central Time, I believe. Time zones are confusing, plus we just decided all the details, and it hasn't fully clicked in my brain. So apologies if I get the time and date. The date's not wrong, but the time might be a little wonky. But yes, I believe it's at 7 p.m. Central. And then we are going to skip the weekend of the 4th of July. And so in July, we're going to be doing the 13th, 20th, and 27th for our Sundays with Steph and Skye, where we do planning and we're going to be talking about a nonfiction book. We are actually going to be, for the first few, we are not this Sunday, but starting in July, the book we're going to be talking about is, I think it's called Outlining Your Novel. It's by K.M. Wayland. I will put a picture right here so that if you're interested in joining us for that discussion, basically the way we're going to do it is we're going to do our weekly planning, maybe bi-weekly planning for this first particular stream, and then not in this first stream, but in the July streams moving forward. Every time we stream together, we're going to be doing our planning, plus we're going to be talking about this book. So if you're interested in joining us for the discussion about that book, feel free to get your own copy. I will leave a link to it in the description below. Next, we have August. There are a little bit less events going on that I know about. Again, if you know of any, feel free to drop those in the comments. I would love to know about more. But the ones that are happening in August that I know about are the August 80K. This is happening for the entire month. The idea is to write 80,000 words in the month of August. Next is Vita, which is vlog every day in August. Again, this takes place in the whole month, and the idea is to film, edit, and post a vlog every day, no matter how long or how short. And then again, the final event that's happening in August is Sundays with Steph and Skye. So we'll be streaming on Sundays on the 3rd, 10th, 17th, 24th, and 31st. At least that is the current plan. Of course, things may happen, and so the planning streams are subject to change. We will have them scheduled ahead of time, and again, they will be alternating between our two channels. In September, again, there's only 3 events that I know about. If you know of any, let me know. The first event is the 100K September Challenge. This is a writing challenge that takes place across the whole month of September, where you try to write 100,000 words in a single month. This can be across any and all projects that I know of. Again, feel free to let me know if you know of any different events that are going on. And then in September as well, I'm going to be hosting another 7-day book challenge. This will be happening from the 22nd to the 28th. I will have daily live streams. I don't know what that schedule is going to look like yet. It may reflect the same schedule that I did for this past 7-day book challenge that we just finished wrapping up in June, or I might change it completely. I do know that I will still have to continue working around a full-time job because I am not taking off for the 7-day book challenge again, so that will be a factor. But again, I will have all my live streams pre-scheduled, so you'll be able to find links to them on my channel long before we get to that point, but that is going to be in September. And then once more, the third and final things that are going on in September is that Steph and I are going to do Sundays with Steph and Skye, again on Sundays at 7 p.m. Central Time on the 7th, 14th, 21st, and 28th. So I hope you guys will join us for all these events. There are a butt ton of events. Again, I don't know how many of these I will participate in as far as the writing challenges go, other than the 7-day book challenge. But I wanted to let you know about them just in case they are something that you yourself are interested in. Anyways, that is all I have for you guys today. Short, sweet video, but if you have any events that you know about that I did not talk about, feel free to list those in the comments. Otherwise, I will see you all in my next video. Bye, Dragonlings.